Alright, what is up, my entertainment junkies? And my last video, I kind of went on a small tangent about why some superpowers are bad, so I figured I'd make a whole video out of it. This is comicbasics.com's greatest superpowers of all time, and there's 10 of them, so let's get into it. Shapeshifting. Truthfully, it depends on what kind of shapeshifting, if you need artifact to do it, or it's just innate. If it's innate, you probably run into a problem with Mystique where you don't technically have a real body. Not Mystique, well, one with Mystique, you'd be weird looking because your original body is blue. I can't remember if she has a real body. But, like Envy, where you don't remember what your uh, real body looks like, so you're stuck. If it's an artifact, there's good and bad. The worst part about this one would probably be that you could be on the hook for fraud since it is technically fraudulent, but let's just say that superpowers in this scenario, no legal crime would be used just for using them as long as you don't use them in other crimes. So no one would really know or believe that that would be your original body if you ever did do it. And if it wants to continue going down, reactive evolution. What the fuck is this? Oh, okay, adapting to your environment. Well, this one, it sounds cool, but your body wouldn't be stable. I mean, you go into a hot climate, your body reacts to that, but you go into a cold climate, you'll probably freaking go into shock or something. Uh, there's probably a lot of scenarios where you don't want to adapt to that environment, like being out in the desert where there's not much water, and during the day it's hot as all hell, and during the night it's cold as sin, which is why cold-blooded animals live there because the way that they work, they don't have a regulated body temperature, and it's regulated by outside, which means you would be pretty much defenseless while you can't bury, and there's animals that are outside that would kill you, and guess what? You're cold, so yeah, you're defenseless. You sleep. But honestly, another one that's not really too many downsides where you can play around it and not really affect you that much. Precognition. Uh, I Yeah, this one can be good, but it can be bad. Like, it's effectively changing fate, and if we go by the law of final destination, things are supposed to happen, and if you don't let them happen, it gets worse. Uh, I guess it might give you headaches, and you'd have to figure out how to discern reality from your visions. And in some cases, depending on how strong it is, you wouldn't be able to do that. But no, other than that, not really any downsides. Plant control. Okay, I got nothing. Poison ivy, you got it. I have nothing. Mm, maybe if someone dies of some kind of poison that's only available in plants, you get on the hook for it. But like I said, we're excluding crimes that you could commit and only focusing on the power. Spider senses. All I can say about this is one hell of a headache, but it would keep you out of danger. Magnetic control. Okay, if you're born with the power to control magnetic fields and stuff, yes, this is bad. But if you have innate control, where for some reason you are born with the power and you automatically know 100% how to control everything, no. But let's go into how humans really are, because we're born with legs. We still have to learn how to walk. But then I guess on the other side, you could make the same argument of we're born with lungs, so but we don't have to learn how to breathe, even though sometimes I forget how to breathe. But So let's go on the latter and the former and say that you don't have control, like the My Hero Academia series. Um, you'd have to learn how to control it. Well, what if it's innately strong, but you still have to learn to control it? One wrong misstep, you have a giant sword flying straight through your head. Invulnerability. To what degree? Because it was just you can't get punctured, pierced. Okay, well, if they have to put you on an IV, then you're screwed because they can't pierce your skin. They can't give you shots for medicine. But if you're invulnerable to all bacteria, well, guess what? There's helpful bacteria. It's not just all harmful. You have bacteria in your digestive system to help you break down food. Full invulnerability is stupid. You can't get medicine. It mentioned immortality on there. I'm not even going to get into that tangent. What was this? Time travel. Uh, I'll save this one for last. Reality warping. Again, with the magnetic thing, if you innately know how to use it, there's not an issue. If you do not innately know how to use it, we run into a big problem because you be warping stuff that you don't notice. It's pretty much the premise of the melancholy life of Harley Fujioka, where she subconsciously wants to see aliens and cyborgs and extraterrestrial beings and whatever, and they come up and they're there to make sure that this all powerful girl who does not know she's all powerful doesn't destroy the world. And that's also a bad thing. You could just easily just fuck everything up just because you have a bad day and not even mean to. Power mimicry. Man, I really don't want to get into this one. Alright. Let's just go into like Ben 10 scenario for the former. It's not too bad, but you also won't know how you have innate ability to understand the powers, but you also wouldn't know how they would react with another power that you've got. Of course, if you have the mimicry version where you can only mimic one power at a time and stuff like that, that's not too bad. Now for the other version, it's where you get their power but you don't know how to use it. Every bad side about every power I said all at once. You don't know how to use Magneto's power, you can have Shard. You don't know how reality warping works, you could be fucking everything up. Also, your body wouldn't be built for it. Like Mr. Incredible on The Incredibles. His body is fucking built. And he has super strength. You give a small boy that same super strength, he's going to tear his muscles from his body. Which I'm surprised super strength didn't happen on this list. But you're not built for that kind of power. Maybe if you have telepathy or something, your mind is built to not get headaches involved, or precognition like was on the list earlier. Your body is built not to have those side effects. If you have power mimicry, your body will not be built. And shapeshifting, with shapeshifting, you use power mimicry, shapeshifting something else, you lose shapeshifting somehow because of a time limit, or you try to copy someone else's power without changing into your original form first, you're stuck in that form. Alright, now the big one. Time travel. Oh boy. One, time travel's not realistic because you change one thing, it'll create. Okay, in the terms of the universal string theory, where you make one decision and that creates another branch, and then every decision makes a new branch, and then every branch has another branch because of another possibility. Then time travel, there's gonna be two of you there. That's gonna cause issues. Identity theft, freaking shit like that. But I said we're not getting into law, so another thing, there's just too many variations of time travel. Uh, let's say it is a single timeline. The butterfly effect is a real thing. You go back 100 years, you accidentally step on a plant. Well, guess what? That plant was the plant that saved this person's life, and he's the mother of the person who invented penicillin, and now we don't have penicillin, which is the wonder drug that pretty much most medicines are made out of. Not medicines, what are they called? Vaccines are made out of. Now we don't have those vaccines. Hundreds of people die. The person who came up with that idea of Normandy Beach died. So now someone else is in charge, and that completely failed. There's just too many problems. And let's argue. Oh, let's go back 5 years. Okay, that one mosquito you accidentally killed. That you killed because it bit you. Let's say that wasn't supposed to go around bite someone else who had HIV, which I don't know if mosquitoes can transmit HIV, and then go flash around bites somebody who would end up being a school shooter if he didn't die. Well, now you have another school shooter. I probably shouldn't have said that. There's just too many issues with time travel, too much unknown. Let's see, what's the other one? Different universes you transport into another universe. Well, that could open up rifts. Time travel is just way too fucking confusing. Pretty much, only bad things happen. You can make rift in space time, destroy whole dimensions, destroy whole universes, whole planets, create black holes where they're not supposed to be. God, time travel was a headache. And as a bonus one, let's go into everybody's favorite few off the top of my head. Super strength, I already mentioned. You run the risk of tearing the bone from your body. Just look at My Hero Academia with Deku. He was not ready for that power, his body wasn't ready for that power, and every time he used it, he destroyed his body. That is realistic if you got that power super strength without building it up. And he actually did build it up, but it still was too powerful. X-ray vision, dude, that's radiation going through your eyes. I'm not even going to say anything else on that. That's just not healthy. And lastly, we have invisibility. Invisibility is it's a really bad idea because there's only two things that would happen with invisibility. One, you'll be just a pair of floating eyeballs, and that would freak people out, and people would still know where to shoot, and the only thing they would have to aim at is between those two eyeballs and whatever's between them. Well, guess what's in between those eyeballs? Your brain. So, initially, it sounds like a good idea, but you're giving them the only target they have to aim for is your brain. And the second one is... Alright, I'm going to have to explain this. Second thing is you're going to have to be blind. So, how we see as humans, or as any creature, is light bends around us. Light bends around a tree that you might see. It bends in a way, and then different colors reflect light differently. So, one color shows and others don't. And that's how we see colors. That's how we see. For invisibility, you would have to reflect and refract the light completely around you, make it to where the light's not even there, or it passes straight through you. but we see by taking in the light into our eyes, more specifically the black part of our eyes. So if light's not coming into that black part, then we can't see. But you can't be invisible unless that part of your eye is showing, so you can get the light to reflect off your eyes. And you get the point. I'm not a biologist or whatever, but that's a general understanding about what it is. So for invisibility, you'd have to be blind, or you'd have to be a pair of floating eyeballs or black dots. Oh, and fun fact: if you want colored contacts, go ahead and use them. The only part of your eye that needs to be open is that black part, so you can freely change the color of the uh, surrounding part. I don't remember what they're called. But I hope this gave you insight. My hope is you take this, start thinking about things outside of just what they are. So, thumbs up if you liked the video, thumbs down if you didn't, subscribe to see more, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!